Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Mr. KB. It is January 7th, 2014, and this is going to be my makeshift review for Battlefield 4 for the PS4. I just actually finished this game last night, and I gotta tell you, it was a pretty nice ride from beginning to end. This game has really good pacing. I never felt a dull moment while playing this game, and I'm gonna tell you why. There's some general details about the game. The game is published by EA. It is developed by DICE, and it's using the Frostbite 3 engine, which is the next evolution from the Frostbite 2 engine, which they use for Battlefield 3. As far as what the engine actually makes, sorry, as far as what the engine actually does for the game compared to Battlefield 3, in my opinion, it just brings this touch of realism to it that you just don't see in many shooters. I will go out on a limb and say that as far as I'm concerned, this is perhaps the best engine used for a first-person shooter. The details in the face, the battle animations, the explosions, the guns, the textures that are able to just be implemented on planes, environment, ships, water. It really just from beginning to end it just makes everything look nice. You take control of Sergeant Rucker, and the whole story behind this is there's a military coup going on in China, which is throwing the balance of world power into some sort of disarray, and the U.S. is caught in the middle. So throughout the story, you control Rucker during various strong points in China, parts of Russia. You believe you're taken to the hills of, geez, I wish I knew exactly where. I want to say Nova Scotia just because I saw World War Z. It's not really Nova Scotia, but somewhere up in the hills, and I wish I knew exactly where. As far as gameplay goes, it's pretty standard first-person affair. You have the L2 button or the L2 trigger, which will let you aim down sights. You have the R2, which will let you fire from down sights or off the hip. As you can see, like I said, look, the water. It's marvelous. You have the L1, which is your grenades. The only thing that I don't like about this is when the grenades themselves, it's pretty much an auto throw. You can't actually cook them like, say, Call of Duty or even in Killzone. That is the one thing that I don't like. R1, not sure what. Oh, R1 is for your thermal scanner, which lets you tag your enemies in the battlefield. So you pretty much make your own map. If you see there, I tapped R1 to engage them. You see there, I'm tagging them. You can see them in thermals. They show up on my map now that they're tagged. R3, which is pressing down on the right joystick, is to melee. L3, which controls my movement left, right, up, down, but the button itself is for sprint. The R stick is to move, X is to jump. You got square to reload. You know, it's pretty much standard affair. The guns in this game are handled a little bit different. You can either earn them by beating the scores on the levels you're playing. If you see here, the score of 3,000 will earn me the 870 MCS shotgun. If you go down to silver and gold, you start earning more and more weapons, and all those are collected here in the weapons crates. These are all that I have locked, but you only unlock certain amounts by actually being high scores. A large chunk of the weapons that you see here that are unlocked, these you actually have to find on the bodies of your fallen enemies. So say there's like a sniper. If you kill the sniper from a distance, go up to his location. There you go. You pick up his sniper rifle. It automatically gets added to your catalog, which you can then use for yourself. And it works in those two ways: either the high score or you get them off the fallen enemies. What I like about this also is the gadget stash, which are your secondary weapons that you can actually use. You saw me actually use the MGL grenade launcher. You got Claymore, C4 explosives, and these will actually be fixated depending on what the mission calls for. Not all gadgets such as anti-air or anti-tank are available at all times. The game tries to decide whether or not you actually need it for that segment of the mission, and kind of hopes that you make the right decisions along the way. The way you activate those is simple. Either press left or right on the D-pad. So if I press right, this is my secondary, which is my grenade launcher. If I press left, it's my other little cluster bomb of doom. The one thing that's not used, and I'm kind of glad that it's not used, it's the touchpad on the DualShock 4. The only thing that is actually used for is the actual button, which will bring up your battle log, which pretty much keeps track of everything that you have done as far as multiplayer, what you have unlocked, and any of those type of things. What friends are online, missions, soldiers, all that other stuff. That's the only thing that is used for, and I kind of prefer that over something like Killzone, where they used a feature called the owl, which kind of, in my opinion, did not add up and kind of added to the cluster of the control as a whole, and I personally did not like that approach. So just so you guys can see some action, I'm going to run through a little bit of this just so you guys can actually get some of the action here. I suck right now. Oh jeez. The game also does work on the regenerating health bar, meaning that if you get hit, if you take cover for long enough, you will actually regenerate health. I believe it has what us fighters or us fighting game fans like to call the magic pixel, where if you get hit, you get that one health point left to kind of protect yourself in a way. So if by chance, like I was explaining earlier, if by chance that sniper had a different sniper rifle than I did, and I just happened to take him out, I'd go up there. I'm tired of messing with these guys. Oh jeez, what's going on? Oh crap. Oh no! Run! Oh crap! There goes my magic pixel if you see 1 health. And now I am fully recovered. Oh crap. And I wish that my setup was actually better prepared for this, because I know that once I upload this video, it's not gonna look as great as I say. Believe me when I say that and I'm gonna use this term lightly, if you're one of the unfortunate people who has to play this on a PS4 and not a PC, knowing that PC is actually capable of higher res, this game looks gorgeous. To me, this would be the equivalent of playing it on high, medium to low, high settings on PC. The game just looks fantastic. The fact that the Frostbite 3 engine is actually really scalable, going from what would be considered supercomputers to consoles, which are probably middle ground as far as a gaming PC goes, even with the 8 gigs of GDR RAM. It's a nice chunk of RAM, yes, but as far as just raw processing power, it's kind of middle ground. But since it is more optimized, you know, seeing that you don't have an OS running in the background, see you don't have any other features running in the background, the game, in my opinion, just looks great. Big kudos to DICE. I love using that word, kudos. Big kudos to DICE for just putting in the time to make that engine so scalable, because the game looks really fantastic. There's been moments where I'm just in awe on how great the game actually looks, and it's just a fun game. Overall, it's honestly, I want to say it's the best first-person shooter available right now for the PS4. Yes, there are some lagging or some nagging bugs that I hear have taken hold of the multiplayer side. If you guys want to see that, I will actually go to the multiplayer side right now, play a little bit of Domination to show you that. I personally have only played maybe 2 matches. I have not run into any of the game-breaking bugs that have been reported on forums and forum sites such as Reddit or N4G or even Facebook. I'm not sure what's different from mine as opposed to what is different to the people experiencing. I don't know if it's just my ISP. I'm not sure if it's my router. Not sure what it is. And watch me get a crash right now, because that's how it always happens. But me myself, I have not experienced any sort of drops, serious lag, anything that would just send, let me say, forget this game. The only reason why I haven't invested a lot of time into Battlefield 4 multiplayer is, one, I just generally don't have the time. Like right now, this video is being really made on a whim. I really don't have the time to really invest. Talking to those who have played the game, they're telling me that, yeah, it's a little bit of a grind. I have coworkers who are just in love with the game, like literally just in love with the game. To them, they don't really play a lot of shooters. They're more of the MMO crowd and more of the real-time strategy crowd and stuff like that. And they have nothing but high praises. They've run into a couple bugs where it's just like, oh, servers are crowded, servers are, whatever. Oh crap, what's going on? Why did I get the last man on squad thing? And yeah, so the game actually runs butter smooth. I love the way it runs. In all honesty, I have no complaints about how it runs. I really don't have anything but high praise for the game. The only reason why I'm going to give it the score that I give it is one reason only. I did run into a couple issues with the game. During the single player campaign, I ran into a crash bug, and it's nothing that's really game breaking, because me personally, it actually saved my progress enough where, like, where it crashed, that's where I kept progressing. But it goes to the user experience that I talked about during my Resogun video that I made. This is one of those things that you don't want to happen. And the way I found the bug, I'm not going to say, damn it, I'm not going to say where and how I found the bug. But it's one of those things that it's so simple to get that I can't believe that it wasn't found before the game was actually put out. And I'm just a big stickler for that, seeing that, I do some QA stuff, and I do, I'm part of the industry in that sense, or have been a part of the industry in that sense. Stuff like that really bugs me, because it really is one of those things that should have been found by the QA team. And again, I'm not dissing DICE, I'm not dissing it. It's easily overlooked, but it's one of those things that, as far as the UI, the user experience goes, it's something that can kind of leave a little, foul taste in your mouth. Other than that, this is the action you guys have seen. You guys saw some of the multiplayer, you guys saw some of the single player. In my opinion, beautiful looking game. Again, big kudos to DICE and EA for putting out this game, especially during the launch. I know it was a rough launch. Hey, who didn't have a rough launch? Yes, things could have been better if maybe they held off for 2 months. But if they did that, you wouldn't be playing this game at launch, and that in itself will probably be a bigger travesty than the minor inconveniences that have taken place. Again, for me, they've been minor. Not sure how it's been for other people, but that's just my opinion. I'm going to give this game a 4 out of 5. Great game, great graphics, great gameplay. I can't say anything but just, great things. But, like I said, couple user experience issues, such as small crashes here, stuff you hear on the forums, and stuff that I've heard from coworkers. That all kind of goes into the user experience of stuff, and that is why I will give it a score of 4 out of 5. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask me down below. This has been Mr. KB. I hope this has been somewhat helpful, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.